I'm tired of these. It's the end of an era for them tonight.
Right there is why they can win the Super Bowl. You give defense in this game is getting that first.
I know you're ready for what we about to talk about today, brother. You know we gonna get straight to the money today.
I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Welcome to another episode of Bills United Podcast, man. You know, it's your co-host KI, man. You know, we got our other co-host right here, HB, man. What's going on with you, my guy?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm highly blessed, man. Highly favored. Just getting out of work now, man. How you feeling, man?
Hey, listen, man. First of all, I'm feeling great. You know why? Because the Buffalo Bills play tomorrow, and I'm ready to watch the slaughter. It's time to make a statement. But before we even get into that, man, we have a special guest, man. We have the founder of Bills Mafia Sports Report, man. Okay. Bringing in my guy, Tommy. What's going on, my guy? How are you?
Whoa, what is up? What is up, Kenny? What is up, HB? Thank you for having me on tonight to talk about our 3-0 Buffalo Bills, soon to be 4-0. But we got, man, there's still. Let me tell you all something real quick, man. Let's not let the record fool us a little bit. There's some stuff that we got to work on, or this team has to work on if they want to go to a Super Bowl. But right now, all good. I'm happy about the record, happy about the points they're scoring. But there's definitely, I feel like some of this is getting a little bit masked with some of the problems that's really going on that we need to correct.
I will 100% agree. And we had the same issue last year when we was blowing teams out. And like, for example, Tyler Bass, he was missing kicks. You know, we was blowing teams out, but guess what? Our defense was slacking. Our run defense was slacking. We was getting destroyed against good receivers, just like the Rams when they came and played us. When we played them in Los Angeles. So it's literally the same thing. But you know, when you win, you forget about the bad that's going on throughout the game. And you know what? And we're gonna talk about that today. But hey, before we get started, let me say something. One and foremost, man, I want to give a shout out to you, Tommy, but not only you, also to my partner HB, because guess what? Earlier you was doing another show. You didn't have to come over here, you know, and give a show time. And not only that, HB, you out of town, you doing work, and the fact that you made time for this actually shows, you know, that y'all really do love what y'all do, man. Y'all perfecting y'all craft, but not only that, the fact that y'all love y'all Buffalo Bills and that y'all love podcasting. So I want to give y'all flowers, and I just want to let y'all know that I appreciate y'all for still being able to show up today. So thank y'all.
No, you're welcome, man. And anytime.
And with that being said, hey man, let's get into the preview of Bills versus Saints, my brother. Hey, HB, I'm gonna let you take us away with this one.
Nah, man. I mean, what's there to really preview, man? This is a team that's 3-0. Undefeated versus 1-2. I mean, there's 90. The one thing that I don't like about this game is that it's a 91% chance that the Bills are going to win this game to a 9% chance. And if you're a bettor, it's one of the games that you like want to stay away from because there's not a lot really to it. Outside of that, the Bills can't sleep though. They 7-5 against this team. I mean, there's not the same team they faced in the past. Drew Brees not on that team no more. They still got bad secondary issues. The Saints do. They still have a stiff defense. We were talking about that just the other day on the run. But they don't have a quarterback, and they're pretty much a couple plays away from being 2-1. So outside of that, I mean, the Bills though they still score 30+ points a game. They have pretty much run defense still problems, but it's getting masked like Tommy said, right? It's getting masked a lot by us winning, and we have the best quarterback in the game. So there really is no contest to it. As far as the preview to the game, I mean, I'm just going to relax. I'm going to relax back, get some Chipotle and watch this game, man. By third quarter, this should be an ass whooping. It should be over with. It should be over with. BTA. That's the preview. BTA.
And I'm about to say, what you got for me, Tommy? What's your overall view of this game?
Listen, man, this is no doubt about it a win for the Buffalo Bills. There ain't no way in hell the Buffalo Bills will lose to New Orleans Saints. Now, with that being said, it's not in McDermott's DNA to run up the score, right? It's just not what he does, right? I hate it. Go for the kill shot every time, bro. You got the lead. You know, things are clicking. Why go away from that? Why go conservative? Why play small ball? Just because you want to, kill the clock, have these long extended drives. The better teams will catch up. The better teams, a play here and there. You saw it against Baltimore when we played them, right? They got a little lackadaisical, and before you know it, a fumble here, 3 and out here, we're right back in the game. We win the game. So against the Saints, I don't think we have to worry about that. They're not the kind of team that, if we let them kind of hang around a little bit, they're going to come back. I'm not worried about that. But at the same time, man, I expect a good sized lead going into the half. We better, because if it turns out to be like last week, I'm going to be pissed, right? Like if it's 14-14 going to halftime against a team that we should be up by at least 10 points going in half, at least minimum, then I'm not going to be a happy camper. But if we're up by at least 10, 13 points, I expect us to come out in the third quarter, get an early touchdown more than likely, and then we're going to go on cruise control. You're going to kind of see what you saw in the Jets game, where it's this long game, just kind of, run, everything's short, just long drives, extended drives. And it's all good, but it kind of makes it boring a little bit, for a fan. Listen, I love to win. I'll take the dub every time. I'm not saying the Bills need to score 40, 50 points, but I would love just to see for once McDermott just go, man, let's just keep the pedal to the metal. Let's just blow this team out the water. But it's just not his DNA. Since he's coached here, there's very few games that he's done that where we just kind of just wipe a team out. I would like to see it, but I just don't think you're going to see it. I don't. I think you're going to see a good a win, probably a 13-point win, 10-13, which is fine. But realistically, guys, we should beat this team by 20 points. I mean, we are favored by 16 points. I mean, but it's probably not going to happen. Probably going to win by 13. Give up a garbage touchdown. What I do want to see in this game, and I think what they're going to do in this game, is probably showcase a couple players. You might see Landon Jackson out there. You might see Curtis Samuel out there. And if you do see Curtis Samuel, that's an interesting thing, because I am wondering if they're going to use him just to shop him, because he can't be shopped if he's not showing anything, right? And it's kind of silly to use him and then scratch him the next week. So very interesting to see what they do with Curtis Samuel. Landon Jackson is interesting as well, because Solomon's not doing anything. So why not throw Landon Jackson in there against a team that, hey, he can make a few mistakes. That's fine. You know what I mean? So I do want to see more of the younger guys get some more opportunity in this game. This is the game to do it. They can afford to make some mistakes against the Saints team. It's not the end of the world. But that's how I see the game going, man. I don't think it's going to be a total blowout, 40 points. I could be wrong, but it's just not in McDermott's DNA to do that.
See, I love that take. So before I add on, let's bring up some comments real quick. Sean Cooler, Tommy, what's up, fellas? Let's have a bloodbath tomorrow. Loving the energy. Shout out to Big Cuz, a.k.a. Pedro Peasy, man. What's going on, man?
Going on, Peasy?
We got J Mafia. What's up, fellas?
Man, Jay and Big Cuz.
Hey, man, we appreciate it, brother. We appreciate it. Well, John Robert, Jordan Phillips was called up, and he is number 52. Hey, listen, we're going to get into all that, brother.
Oh, wow.
But
I didn't even know that. That's crazy. There you go.
So now, my preview, I'm going to be honest, this should be easily BTA, right? Easily. And this is the one thing I agree with you, right? When it comes to Sean McDermott have this type of professional sportsmanship to where he don't want to embarrass no team. He don't want to embarrass the opposition. And in my opinion, I think regardless if it's the Saints, regardless if it's the Chiefs, we need to make a statement win. We need to let these teams know that regardless if you at the bottom of the barrel or the top of the food chain, we are coming to destroy and to conquer. I need that Dan Campbell mentality on this team. There's no letting, like for example, against Miami, we let off on the gas and we kept them throughout the game to where they actually had an opportunity to come back and beat us if we made a mistake. We should not be in these predicaments with this offense, with Josh Allen, with how efficient this team is. Yes, I know our defense do lack, and which we're going to talk about that, which we spoke about it earlier. But our defense should not be no excuse on why we shouldn't be blowing out teams that's not even in the same atmosphere as us. So you know
what, though? I mean, cut you off, but I don't know if it's so much Sean McDermott being nice. I think it's so much Sean McDermott coaching not to lose. It's kind of what he does. You know what I mean? He looks at the game differently. You talk about Dan Campbell, right? You talk about guys like McVay, guys like Andy Reid. They coach to win, right? They take more chances. You know, they do things like go for it more often on fourth down, get a little bit more aggressive on defense. McDermott just, I feel like, especially when we get leads, he coaches not to lose at that point. So it's more like, let's play it safe. Let's not do anything dumb here. We have the lead. Let's not throw it deep. Let's not, turn the ball over. And on defense, let's not give up the big play. So let's dial back a little bit. Because if you notice, we normally start off a little bit more aggressive on defense, get a little bit more aggressive on offense. And that kind of changes in the second half, or at least when we build a lead. The only time you don't see that is like the Baltimore game when we're down. Then it's, oh shit, you better be aggressive. All right. Now it's full throttle. Now you see the wide receivers being involved. We're throwing downfield more often. You don't see that when we gain leads. You see, what do you see? Wide receiver screens, bubble screens, run, right? Everything's short. So I don't know if it's so much he respects the other coach not to run it up more than he just doesn't want to make crucial mistakes, and he doesn't want to lose the game. So he coaches not to lose. That's how I see it. But go ahead, Kenny.
No, I definitely agree. So I actually have a question for you and HB, right? So we have 15 people right now watching, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and share the video on Facebook if you're watching on Facebook. But HB and Tommy, I have a question for you, right? So my first question is from the New Orleans Saints, right? Is there anything that they could actually do or take advantage of when it comes to the Buffalo Bills? I want you to go first on that, HB.
Now, I'm gonna get Tommy to go on that one. Go ahead.
What can they do to surprise us? Nothing.
What can they do to surprise us?
Nothing. Listen, they got fast receivers, right? That we obviously have to respect, but we played way better. Just go back to last week. We played Hill and Waddle, who are way better as far as just overall talent and route running and speed, all that stuff, right? McDermott knows how to game plan versus those guys. He does it well. That's how our defense is built. I'm not really concerned about their speed. It's not going to come in. It's not going to play a factor in this game. Rattler doesn't concern me at all. We should get some sacks versus Rattler. We should. Will we? We'll see. But no, I honestly, and I'm not being cocky. If any Saints fans watch this later, it's just I just don't see anything that is a threat where I'm going to go, man, if they do this, that, and this, boy, the only way we lose this game is if the Buffalo Bills lose it themselves. Meaning they just have one of those games where Josh is throwing turnovers, and the defense just didn't come to play at all. Like, I don't see that happening. It's a home game, as well. Like, I don't see it. I just don't see anything they could do. That's a bad team. I get they were in some games, but I believe Seattle, right? Seattle just totally whooped them, took them to the shed, right? So, they're not a good team. I respect Kamara, I do, but overall, they're in rebuild mode. They're going for that first pick more than likely. They need a quarterback. They're not trying to, prove anything against the Buffalo Bills. I know I get the any given Sunday, of course, that is a reality. That's true, but there's no way the Buffalo Bills should lose this game. And if we do, there's some major problems, and a lot of people need to look in the mirror. So no, I don't see how or what they could do to throw off the Buffalo Bills at home, especially at home. I just don't see it.
Okay, what you got from HB?
Nah, man, I honestly just run the hell out of the ball. If it's one thing that Miami stopped, pretty much was running the ball. They couldn't pass as much with the Buffalo Bills, and backtracking back to that game. Like, they should have been able to run the ball more effectively to win that game. They should have beat us. They screwed themselves over in a lot of those times. So now looking at how how the Saints are coming into town with Alvin Kamara, Rashid Shaheed, Olave, and the crew, Spencer Rattler got to be protected because Rattler don't scare nobody over here. So when it comes, when it's just being real, right? So you got to play possession ball if you're Kellen Moore. You got to come in there. You gotta know how to game plan against a team like the Bills that struggle against the run, are not playing with Ed Oliver, are not playing with Matt Milano, the key signal callers. And then you got guys like Bishop in the third level. So the mission is getting to the third level the way that Henry did, catching them off guard in certain situations. You got one of the best running backs in the game playing for one of the worst teams in the league. So the best thing I would do if I was Kellen Moore was to circle around a run game where you're switching on your 1 and 2 backs and you're playing possession ball the whole game. The only way I could see them staying in the game is playing possession game against us. And they can do that with this defense because this defense has a lot of flaws that we don't cover on the show.
Problem is, though, with that, HB, is just if you go back to the Jets game, where the Jets were very similar in their attack, you know, how they were built, their offense is built is a more of a run style offense, run, open up the pass. Once you take that away, you know, a guy like Justin Fields, you know, beating you through the air, probably not going to happen. And it showed. And that would be the same as Rattler. And then once you get down, then you're kind of forced to throw. So, you know, the thing is with our offense, we're gonna put up some points early on. I don't see us struggling on offense where we're gonna, you know, just be a field goal kind of game. And I do think Saints get down enough where they have to go away from the run and open up in the pass, and that's where you kind of get after the quarterback. So I don't trust Rattler. I've seen him play last year. I've seen him play this year. He's a shaky quarterback, man. So once you get to him, you'll rattle him. So I mean, you know, and that'll be that. So I don't see it. You know, it's a good game plan. I get it. Like, and that's probably what they'll do. They'll test us early on, you know, with the run attack. But once we shut that shit down and start building up a lead and have a little cushion, that's where things are going to get a little bit messy for the Saints. You know what I mean? They'll start forcing it more downfield, and that's where, you know, mistakes happen, interceptions and all that good stuff.
See, I definitely agree, right? Because like you said, right, HB, you said there's a 9% chance of the Saints beating us. And this is the 9% chance of them being able to beat us. As like you said, is possession ball. If this team can sustain long drives and keep our offense off the field, because the only thing that we know about the Buffalo Bills, we can't get third down stops. I don't care if it's in the run game or in the pass game. Mm-hmm. This is going to tell us a lot about our third down defense this game. And not only that, I know we get a few pieces back or we add more pieces to the team. We're going to see what we really got. We're going to really see if we play down to our competition, because there's no reason why this team should even put up, let's be honest, 10 points. They got Rattler. Who is Rattler? Let's be honest. Nobody know who this man was until we actually have to play him this week. Because I'm going to be honest, I barely knew who he was. And then now, with that being said, I don't think their offenses is going to be able to produce nothing, especially against this nickel defense. And honestly, I think we're going to cover the spread. I think we're going to blow this team out, regardless of if we try or not. I think we're not even going to run through this team. We're going to walk through them. They have nothing to offer us. And not only that, this team is tanking for a quarterback next year. So I don't really think they come in here to actually try to win. They just come in here to survive. So that's how I think this game is going to turn out to be at the end of the day. But now, let's bring up a few comments because we about to get cooking on the next segment. Hey, Sandra, good evening, Kenny, HB, and Tommy, and Mafia. What's going on, Sandra? Roy Collins, I feel better if we still had Singletary.
I love Singletary, man. I got nothing but love for that dude, man. Roy knows.
John Robert, I don't see them covering the spread over the Saints. Hey, man, we only a day away. We're gonna see about that. But now let's get to this, man. Coach me up. So I don't know if you know what this is, Tommy, but Coach Me Up is pretty much we're going to tell you our game plan on how to attack a team. And if you was the coach, how would you attack the New Orleans Saints? So now with that being said, I'm going to start off with this one, right? So if I was Sean McDermott or even Joe Brady or offense, I'm experimenting with our weapons. I am getting Josh Allen connection down with Keon Coleman and Joshua Palmer this game. Spread that offense around, like you say, or even bring in Curtis Samuel. Experiment. Because this is a team that we experiment against. This is a scrimmage. If we're going to be honest about it, this is a scrimmage. Get Josh Allen, they connection down together. get the receivers involved and build up some of these players' confidence. Because Joshua Palmer only getting about 2-3 receptions a game, and that's insane. He should be able to he should be getting 7 this game, 8 to 7, and and also Keon. So in my opinion, on offense, spread them out and just destroy them with the pass game. Yes, we could use James Cook, in which obviously we are, but I think this should be more of a passing game so we can actually display our weapons and actually show us what we have on this team on the outside the numbers. On defense, it's the same thing that we should have did last week, in which we didn't against the Miami Dolphins. And what we didn't do is blitz. We need a blitz against quarterbacks that can't scramble. Show different blitz packages. Make him throw the ball quicker than what he can so he can make mistakes. We did it against Lamar Jackson. And guess what? He was a scrambling quarterback. But we didn't do it against a quarterback who can't scramble as in Tua. Rattler can't scramble. Blitz him. The offensive line is really bad. They don't even got a good offensive line. There's no reason why we shouldn't get at least 3 to 4 sacks this game. Like you said, make Rattle. Make him shaking. Get him shaking earlier. So if I was the Bills, that's how I do. I'll pass on them more on offense, destroy them through the pass game, and on defense, I'll blitz that quarterback and destroy that offensive line so they can't do run or pass. So that's my game plan. What you got for me, Tommy?
In theory, that's great. Like I would love to piggyback off you, right? But here's the problem. So, I did a video I went live Friday. They had a nice little article out Yahoo did on the Bills receivers. And listen, I already knew this before I even read the article that there was a problem in the wide receiver room. But the Bills receivers struggle to separate, right? That's pretty much the article. Let's see here, Palmer, who you were just talking about, his average separation is 2.3 yards. For reference, the league leader for separation among receivers is Turpin at 5.3. Way different, right? Way different. Khalil Shakir is top 10 with an average of 4.3, but that's because he's a slot guy, so it's a little bit different than a perimeter receiver. And then Keon Coleman is 3.4. So yeah, not good. Also, it said last week that Allen had one pass past 20 yards and one past 10, like unacceptable. And once again, I'm not saying that we need to throw deep all the time, but separation is a major problem. So when I watched the film, and I watched all 22 for the first 3 weeks, and this is really going back since last year. If you watch, the play gets called in, Allen goes through his reads, snaps the ball, go through his reads, and a lot of the times he gets out of the pocket. It's what you call a scramble drill now, right? Kind of backyard football. People got to get open, right? So really the play call coming in is most of the time just scratched. It's not even working because it's already on scramble drill mode, which is a problem. And every quarterback has a clock in his head when he gets the ball, snaps the ball, gets the ball. Usually it's about 2.5 seconds. And then you got to get the hell out of there, right? I see Allen going through his reads, nothing. And then getting out of the pocket, and then really it's scramble drill mode. And that's why you got to love Allen, because he gives his receivers plenty of opportunity to finally break free and make a play on the ball. But it's not what was called. Right? That's not what was dialed up. And that's why you see a lot of just kind of sloppy play, just kind of Allen kind of just forcing, a great play, right? Palmer is going to wind up, I hate to say it, but he might wind up being a Curtis Samuel minus the injuries. So he's going to be a 3-year deal. I think we can get out after 2, but a guy that's may not contribute much to this offense. I don't see it early on. I could be wrong. It's only been 3 weeks, but we went through a song and dance last year, and everybody was happy. And I said this Friday, everybody was happy, including myself. And we were all going, man, everybody eats. It's working. 30 points a game, 3-0, baby. And then when things went sideways, everyone was going, oh shit, maybe it's not as good as we thought. And then we go back and look at everybody's stats, all the receptions and yards, and it was terrible. You had Mac Hollins leading guy reception some games, which is wild. And then we go and make a trade for Amari Cooper, right? Why? Why did we do that? We didn't do that just because, why not? We did that because there was a problem. And Amari Cooper came here. And Amari Cooper was, just getting out of his prime, probably just out of his prime, but still where defenses had to respect him. enough, right? He was a 1 at one point for a while, actually. So what happens? Keon Coleman right away, right? Has his best game of the year, 125 yards. Why? Because Amari Cooper had the defense respecting him, game planning for him, doubling him up. It makes everyone's job a lot easier. Unfortunately, right now, we don't have that. We don't have a guy where defenses go, man, got to watch that guy, right? Got to watch that guy. We just don't have that. So defenses aren't respecting our deep ball. So they're going to play a little bit different on us, right? They're going to bring the heat a little bit more, daring us to throw it deep because they don't trust that we can create separation. It's a problem. Listen, Khalil Shakir, for me, I see him as like a Cole Beasley 2.0. I do see him as Josh's security blanket when things break down, but he's coming back from that ankle injury. So he's kind of getting, himself back into the mix. But everybody else is just inconsistent. Keon Coleman had that first game, right? We were all like, oh, hey, Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman went silent, right? Last 2 games, here we go again. Like, just very inconsistent. Palmer, same thing. The one thing I want to see Brady do more often is kind of up-tempo offense, a little bit more up-tempo at times. I feel like this offense clicks a little bit better. It runs a little bit smoother when we're in like a two-minute drive, right? When we're going up-tempo. I just feel like the defenses, more defenses, they can't adjust, they can't substitute, they're backpedaling, they don't really know what's going, what we're dialing up because we're going so fast. I love that, but we don't do it often. Also, I would love to see Keon Coleman get more slants. He's great in slants, right? He's a big body receiver. He kind of boxes out the guy, the defender. I love it. Yards after catch too has been great for him on those slants, but we don't do it enough. Elijah Moore last week, I was like, holy shit, thank God. We're finally getting this guy involved with some gadget kind of plays, getting him a little bit deep pass here, a little jet sweep. Like, let's start using our receivers, like their abilities, right? Their best abilities on this offense. And Brady has to figure that out. Now, I get it's only been 3 weeks, right? Palmer's new to the offense. Elijah Moore is new to the offense. I get that. It takes time for the chemistry to get built between Allen and the receivers. I totally get that. That's why I'm not freaking out just yet, but we're on the same kind of path as we were last year at this same point, averaging the same amount of points, 3-0, where when we go against a better team and we finally do get a loss, let's say we do lose, we're going to go back and go, fuck, man, we have a receiver problem. I love James Cook. I love what he's doing this season. By the way, I'm eating crow on that. I wasn't on the fence with signing him, giving him an extension, but I'll eat crow. I think the guy's done a really good job so far, and he's living up to his contract and more. So we need him. Obviously, that's showing. He's a big part of the offense because if this run game isn't as good as it was, I don't know. This offense might be in some trouble. It really might be in trouble. But because of the run game, and because of Allen, this offense still kind of does its thing, right? We're still getting to 30. We're still getting the dubs. But once you meet a defense that stops James Cook, because there's going to be games, and it comes down to the receivers, that's where things are going to get shaky if these guys don't figure it out. Palmer's not the fastest guy. Look at him on tape. He's a good route runner. Decent separator, but he just doesn't have the speed. He lacks the speed. So, get more and more involved. Get Shakir more involved, get Coleman more involved, get a little bit more creative with the offense, Joe Brady, because I know you can, right? I know you can. At times it goes stale, and I don't understand it, On defense, look, I know everyone's excited about Ryan Nielsen. I'm glad, guy has a good track record. I'm glad he's here, but I would like to see this game be more aggressive. Go out. Let's start doing more exotic blitzes. This is the game to do it. Showcase your rookies more. Showcase TJ Sanders more. Get Landon Jackson out there. We need to start getting some sacks. Pressures are great, but if you're not getting home, it doesn't do much for us, right? So got to start making those plays on the defensive line. Have to. But that's what I want to see. I want to see pressure. I want to see more aggressiveness. And on offense, man, start understanding your player. Like, start Brady has to really understand his players' strengths and use them to our advantage, man. If not, it's going to be rough. And trade deadline, who knows what we do?
See, now that's a hell of a take. So I like the way that you broke it down and that you explained it. I think that was an amazing take. HB, coach up the Mafia.
We're gonna run this ball to death. The end. That's
there
it.
You go. I don't blame you. It's what's working.
What you want me to say, man?
It's what's working.
Tommy done said it all. So listen, when we gonna break it down like this, James still gonna get 20 plus carries in this game. We're gonna win boring again. It's late. It's early in the season. We don't gotta show nobody our cards. I'm not worried about none of that. We could win because that's all I give a shit about is winning games. I don't give a shit about how flashy our receivers are. We had Diggs get 300 plus receptions over 3 years, and what did it get us? It got us more turnovers. It got us more. I'm not hearing none of that. I don't care about none of that. But I don't care about Palmer not getting 10 receptions a game and being this flashy dude, not getting no. I don't care about none of that. James Cook's gonna get this ball. He's gonna run the hell out that ball, and that's it. He's gonna get over 100 yards. Ray Davis gonna get involved in this game. He hasn't been involved pretty much all season so far. So I can see him and Ty getting some splits there. And then we'll figure it out from there. Don't you think they're coming in and saying our DBs are trash already coming in versus the Buffalo Bills? They're gonna want to throw it everywhere. You know what? They're expecting that. So they're gonna game plan all week. Oh man, I'm so scared they're gonna kill us. They're gonna put 40 on us. Next thing you know, they're running the hell out of the ball. And then next thing you know, they're not thinking about that. And they're having change the whole game plan by halftime. And we're one of the best teams in second half adjustments. I don't care what nobody got to say about that. We're one of the best teams in the league in second half adjustments. And whether we win boring or whether we win exciting, we win. That's what we were bitching about for almost 20 years, was not winning no games. And now we're sitting here saying that we got to win and by 50 like Detroit way. I'm sorry, but Detroit didn't get to the AFC Championship or the NFC Championship.
But okay, so
They got their ass whooped against the Washington Commanders, which nobody thought they was gonna happen at their own home.
Agree.
But I'll counter that, right? And I get your point, and I'm with you. But here's where the problem is for how I see it, and I respect your opinion and everybody's. By the way, no one, everybody's going to have their different takes, and no one's dumb for whatever opinion you guys agree or disagree with. I'm just throwing you mine. So, as Bills fans, how I see it is, we went through this drought, right? And by the way, just not Bills fans. I'm sure a lot of fans in every type of sport, NBA at best, MLB, all that. They get into like this thing where it's like, oh, we were bad for so long. Now we're good. We're winning games. What do you want, right? Like we're constantly in the playoffs. We're a good team. We're 3-0. We're going to win the East. But the goal is to get to February, right? The goal is to get to the Super Bowl, right? And that, like at a point, as any fan of any team that you're following, you should want your goal eventually should be a championship, right? When we started getting good, in 2019, really, I'm not going to count 2017. We'll go from 2019 is where we kind of started making, where we started making the playoffs and started really kind of building this up, right? I said, okay, like that's a start, right? You want to start a goal, like the playoffs were the goal, right? Wild card, let's at least get there. And then our next goal is what? To finally win the East, right? Let's start winning the East. Okay, the next goal is the AFC Championship, right? Got to get there, right? We got there. Okay, we've accomplished everything at this point, except for one thing, right? Which is the Super Bowl. So if you look back, and I get what you're saying about who cares about, what these guys are doing, this guy's doing, as long as you're winning. But, if you look at the Super Bowl winners, right? They all got some type of playmaker on both sides of the ball. We really don't have that, right? We don't have, like, if you go look at Philly last year, they had playmakers in defense, right? At least 1 or 2, right? Impactful players, right? On offense, they had A.J. Brown, right? So A.J. Brown's going to be the guy where defenses have to respect him no matter what. Saquon Barkley, they have to respect him. And then so what are you going to do now? You're going to go all out and start and go after Saquon? Okay. Well, guess what? Hurts is going to hurt you through the air, and he has A.J. Brown. Everybody else is going to step up. We don't have that. Like, we just don't. And that's the problem. Like, with this team, this is how I see it. Our defense is not good enough to carry us through a playoffs. Right? It's just not. It's the reality of it. Unless things change, like during the season, meaning when we get Hoyt back and I start seeing more, Ryan Nielsen, this defense of his start to kind of mold where, Bosa's making more plays and Groot is coming around more, and Hoyt's making plays and our corners, right? Like, do you really trust Trey in there long? I don't even, will Dorian Strong come back? Will Harrison eventually get in here and start? There's a lot of question marks on the defense. And right now we have to be real and go, ain't no way the defense is carrying us. They haven't carried us ever really in the playoffs, right? So now that goes back to the offense, right? The offense has to carry this team. There's just no other way around it. The offense has to be on their A+ game in order for us to have a chance. And the game, the only game where I say it was like we were on our A+ was the Chiefs game, the 13 seconds. And the defense, we gave them too much time, apparently, 13 seconds. So that was the opportunity. So I still go back and say, look, if we make the playoffs, which we obviously will this year, we are a playoff team, the offense has to go ham. It absolutely has to go ham and carry this team into February. It has to. And in order for it to do that, everybody has to be playing their role, and the receivers have to play a role. They have to. And I'm not saying they're terrible. I'm not saying that at all, because we have a decent passing game right now. But realistically, can we be better? Of course, right? And should we go out and, if we're not, and get a receiver like we did last year with Cooper? If it's available and it's a good deal, why not? Like, I'm always up for bettering the team, right? Especially if it makes sense. There's no reason not to improve a team, right? If it's there, you absolutely go all in. I hate teams that don't do that, right? We're guilty of that. Bean's been guilty of that. There's a lot of teams that are guilty of that. Listen, we're still in our Super Bowl window. It's still wide open. I don't think we're even close to being out, but in time, it's going to start to close, right? So you have to eventually make that decision where you're going, hey, this isn't doing it. Let's upgrade the offense because the defense is not going to carry us this year. Let's just go all out. This guy's available. He's going to improve our offense drastically, right? Where we get into playoffs, we're very dangerous. Where you know what, you're gonna have to outscore us, plain and simple. And last year you saw what happened, right? The offense wasn't perfect when it needed to be, right? It made some mistakes in the Chiefs game, and the defense couldn't hold when it needed to, right? It's just the way it's been working for the Buffalo Bills, right? Like I said, the only game that I felt like we had the opportunity was that Chiefs game, where the offense was pretty much, nothing could go wrong, especially in that second half. Yeah, and the defense just couldn't make a 13-second stand. So that's where I feel. I get what you're saying, HB. I'm totally with you. There's nothing wrong with looking at it like that and going, hey, what the fuck are you stressing about or worrying about or give it? You know what I mean? We're 3-0. We're scoring 30 points a game, but once again, the teams we played, we should have. Baltimore's defense is not really what we really thought it was. They're getting scored on, right? They're not that dangerous. The Jets clearly are not dangerous. The Dolphins, to be honest with you, I can't believe we didn't score more. They had like 5th string corners out there. Like, we should have been attacking their corners. We weren't. And that says something, right? If our receivers can't beat 3rd, 4th string corners, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's not good. You don't want to see that. We should have been toasting them, right? I remember in that game, a corner came in, and the announcer, the commentator, was like, "Oh man, this guy's coming in. He has a bad hamstring. They're probably gonna go right after him." We didn't. We ran the ball. Like, it makes no sense. So I don't. Most offensive coordinators would attack. Right? You got to attack the weak spot. And really, if you go back to that Chiefs championship game, we fucked up because once what's his name went out, the safety, I forget his name, we should have been attacking deep the whole game. We didn't get into that until the second half. And then you saw, like, holy shit, like they're weak there. We need to go to that more and more. And that's how what's his name was getting. Gabe Davis was just running wild. Their safeties were done. I forget his name, but he was out of the game at that point. And we should have attacked that more right away when we didn't. We did it in the second half, and it was great, but it was a little bit too late. So that's all I'm saying. You know, we got to correct some things. I get it's early in the season, so I'm not going to totally stress it just yet. But right now, through 3 weeks, it's not like pretty. Like the receiving room is rough. It's rough. It's just not consistent.
You know what? I totally respect it, man. This is why we built this podcast, so all three of us can have our own opinions about, you know, the Buffalo Bills. I'm still not hearing none of that shit. I'm gonna be really honest. I'm not hearing none of that shit. We should listen. Our goal this year is to get to the 1 seed. That's all we need. All we need is to get to the 1 seed. As long as we're winning games, no matter how we win in the games, we're getting there. Because when we get to the playoffs are a whole different thing. And Josh Allen, just getting Josh Allen in the playoffs is our number one responsibility. It's our number one priority. And getting him in the playoffs, he's damn near Brady status. Not to sound blasphemous, but he's nasty in the playoffs. You get him in there, he's almost virtually unstoppable. He doesn't turn the ball over much, none of that. He works with what he has. When Tom Brady was there, he didn't go with Moss to the Super Bowl. He had 2 great players, and that was about it. They had dead last defense some years. They had years where they didn't have anybody on defense for the most part. They was making any changes. They had names, but they weren't doing anything top 5 at all. It was mostly just playing pedestrian football on the offensive side. So now you got the Bills doing that, and now all of a sudden people want to see 50-point games out of them for what? For us to lose again. You know what I mean? Like that's.
I don't want to see 50 points game. I'll be honest with you. That part I told you guys earlier. That part doesn't really. I'm not concerned about that. I could care less. Like I'm just, you know, my whole point going backwards, you know, back in the podcast was just we could go for more kill shots. We just choose not to, and also we tend to play a little bit more conservative, which is a fact. And listen, I get what you're saying, but we're in year 9 with the same. We say the same thing. Like when I go into these off seasons, right? When we get kicked out of the playoffs every year, because we do, right? We have not been to a Super Bowl with Josh Allen and I'm with you. For as great as Josh Allen is, setting records, one of the best quarterbacks ever to do it in the playoffs.
The defense has been a problem.
Right. So listen, football is the ultimate team sport. Right? I don't think anyone, right? And I hate when people are like, that guy, Lamar blew it. It's all on Lamar. Listen, it's the ultimate team sport, right? Everything needs to go right. Your coaching needs to go right. Your offensive line needs to be. Everything has to kind of go right for it to work, right? Josh can't do it all himself, right? He can't. He can only be what he is, right? And that's a great quarterback, putting everything out on the field, leaving everything out there. But it hasn't gotten us there yet. And the reason why is because we just don't have enough to help him. We don't. And on defense, forget about it. Like right now, I'm at the point where I'm saying, let's push that to the side. So is James Cook in the offensive line like? But you have to have. But you have. Okay, but let's say. But that's my point. Let's say they shut down the run game. Let's say, for instance, when we game plan, when we say we talk about the Saints, when we talk about the Jets, we go what? When we play we got to shut that run game down. We shut the run game down. We force them to go through the air. You don't think teams in the playoffs, when you're facing the best, this isn't the Saints. I'm talking about when you get in the playoffs, you're facing the best of the best at that point, right? Playoff caliber teams. Their coaching staffs are the best of the best, right? Their defensive coordinator is going to go, okay, what do they do well? They run the ball well. The receiver room, a little shaky, right? At times they get, you know, they have a tough time separating. They have a tough time, you know, they go on these funks on offense. If they shut the run game down, right, which they can, I've seen James Cook get shut. Teams can game plan for that. Then what, right? Now look at Philly last year. They shut down Barkley, right? But
then what? You see that game that's going on behind Ken right now? That's what happens.
But that's not. But that's did that get us to a Super Bowl? But is that a Super Bowl game? Is that going to a Super Bowl? I don't care about that. But I care about the game that matters the most, and that's February. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get your point. Like, I'm with you. Like, dude, listen, at no point will I go into a game going, there's no way we're going to beat this team. Never, because we have Josh Allen. I am totally with that, 100%. Right? There's I totally get it. And it's super rare that we just get blown out by any team. I'm with you. But at the end of the day, we have not been to a Super Bowl, and we haven't done it when it counts, right? We can come back versus Baltimore in week 1. I don't care about that. I care about January, what we're doing against the Chiefs when it counts, right? The most. We can beat a wild card team, right? We've shown that. We can win a division game. We've shown that. Can we win an AFC championship game? No, we haven't shown that. So that's my point. And in order to do that, you have to have the players step up. If not step up, you have to have impactful players, right, on the roster then. And we just don't have enough is all I'm saying. Now, we have the greatest quarterback on the planet who could kind of make up for that. I'm with you. Tom Brady, right, and that New England offense, they still had Gronk, who was considered one of the best ever to do it. So he still had a viable weapon. We don't have a Gronk, nowhere near a Gronk on the receiving level, right? I know he's a tight end. I still call him, right, Travis Kelce for the Chiefs. He's still a Hall of Fame receiver. He's still somebody that Mahomes could go to and trust, right? They still had that part of the game. And then, like I said, on defense, Chris Jones, they had impactful players. Name an impactful player on defense on our team. None. Zero. Name an impactful player on offense. There's 2, right? Josh Allen and James Cook. I love Khalil Shakir. He ain't impactful yet. He's not. He's a good receiver. Everybody else is good to average.
Okay.
They're B to B plus receivers.
On the Eagles, who's impactful in that offense right now?
Oh, dude, you kidding me? Okay, so you got there's 3, and that's all I need, right? You got a quarterback who doesn't make mistakes for the most part. You got Saquon Barkley, who's very impactful, okay? And you got A.J. Brown, who's very impactful because defenses respect the shit out of him, right? I'm not saying he's the Jamar Chase right now, or he's what's his name over in Minnesota. I'm not saying that, but he's still a guy where our teams are going to go, damn, if we don't pay attention to this guy, he could fuck us up, right? He's still a good player, good to great receiver, right? You can't say that for us. We got 2 guys on offense, 1 a quarterback, 1 a running back. If they shut that down and game plan, if you go back to that Philly game, once again, Kansas City went into that game going, we got to choose something here. We got to either go all out with Barkley and let them beat us through the air, or we got to play. We got to go all out and go after Hurts and the air attack. And that's what happened. You saw the end results. The Eagles had enough weapons to counter the Chiefs' defensive game plan. We don't have that.
I see Jalen Hurts, the quarterback that's protected by scheme and scheme alone. You got Saquon as one of the best running backs in the game. And then you got A.J. Brown he's one of the greatest wide receivers in the game right now. Right now, bar none, right? Doesn't have to get 10 targets to win. There's months where he went in that Super Bowl season where he was having troubles getting the ball, and they were still winning games.
But why is that? And I'll tell you why. And you mentioned Stephon Diggs and how we listen. We got to an AFC championship twice. We got to it once with Diggs, and we got to it once without Diggs, right? What these guys do, these receivers, these number ones, is they get defenses to game plan for them, right? They get double. They make it so. Yeah, on the stat sheet you might go, oh, A.J. Brown didn't do he didn't get a lot of targets that game. But look at the other guys that flourish because the concentration, the doubling, all that other stuff is going towards one side of the field, right? So we don't have that. Name a receiver that's going to get that respect on our team. I promise you, there's none. Not right now. When we got Cooper last year, who, by the way, Cooper was not on that level as any of these guys, but he still had that respect by defenses and defense coordinators to go, you know what? This guy still is probably their best option. He's still probably at this point their best option, and we got to be careful. And what did that do? Listen, Keon Coleman right away, right? right away. Best game of the year, right? And our offense, what happened? Oh shit, starting to roll again, starting to click, and it clicked for a reason, right? I'm just saying. So I'm not dogging our team right now. I think we're doing great, 3-0, we're scoring, but I just want to see more from the receiver room, especially when we get into playoffs, because it won't work. I'm just being honest with you, especially because we all know, we just said it, defense, there is no impactful players. Not right now. Can that be? Maybe. Can this defense start to find a rhythm and guys start stepping up? Can Groot take a next step? Can, a big step forward? Because he really hasn't. He's taking steps.
Like he made a pretty big step game 1 before he got hurt, and that was
but that's a problem too. Injuries, right? We can't keep guys in the field, right? We got guys like Matt Milano, who I love, great guy, right? Good player when healthy, but how often is that, right? We got Joey Bosa. Listen, Joey, great addition. I'm glad he's working out. We got to be careful, right? We really got him for January. That's the real reason we signed Joey Bosa, right? Those are facts, right? Just like Vaughn, we wanted an impactful player come January, right? To get after the Mahomes, to get after the Lamars. Let's hope that works out. Hoyt is the interesting one. I would say that's the one that's very interesting. That's the guy to look for when he comes back to the game.
For the defense,
yeah, that's a guy that could be impactful. So that's a guy I'm, that's why I'm not totally like shitting on the defense just yet. Where I want to see what happens when those guys return. We'll see what Harrison. You may not see him. From everything I've heard, he's behind on the playbook, which is not a good sign. So you may not even see him really this year. To be honest with you, we'll see what happens. And I'm in no rush to rush him back. I'll be honest with you. I think, with the injury he had, especially if you're behind the playbook, let that dude heal, get him right in the offseason. If that's the case, you still got Dorian Strong, who I felt played pretty decent week 1. But dude, like I said, man, the ultimate goal is February, and we're in year 9, all right, with McDermott. And, he's a defensive-minded head coach, and we're still sitting here talking about what we can do to improve the defense. That should never be the case. Yeah. If we had an offensive-minded head coach and our offense stunk and every year and disappointed in the playoffs, we would be saying the same thing. We have an offensive-minded head coach. Why does our offense stink? If Sean McDermott was our defense coordinator, we would have been done fired him. He would have been fired years ago, right? We can all agree with that. Like, he would have been fired by now. We would all been like, yo, get this guy out of here. Our defense stinks. But because he's our head coach and because we keep winning because of Josh Allen, really, that's the truth. He's not going anywhere. So let's hope Ryan Nielsen, from everyone's saying that he's the guy that came in and he's pretty much taken over the defense. And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't believe that. I don't think Sean McDermott would ever just hand over a playbook. I just don't see that happening. He has he might have let Nielsen, add to it, but I'm going to tell you right now, Sean McDermott will never, ever let that go. That's his scheme. That's his playbook. And he feels that's what works. So Nielsen can add a little bit of his stuff to it. But at the end of the day, I'm still seeing the same defense. I really have not seen much difference through the first 3 weeks to last year or the year before. I really haven't. I maybe somebody could tell me different. Go ahead.
I definitely agree, right? So I actually love the exchange between you and HB because there's people out there that think like HB, there's people that think like you. But I would like to transition because we are pulling up on the 50-minute mark, right? So quick question,
Damn.
right? So
sorry, guys.
Oh no, you fine. So who would you rather have win, the Ravens or Chiefs, and why? So
boy,
I'm gonna go first on this one, right? So I am rooting for the Baltimore Ravens. And I'm going to tell you why. I have 4 reasons on why I'm rooting for the Baltimore Ravens. The first reason why I'm rooting for the Baltimore Ravens is because we already have the tiebreaker against them. We don't have the tiebreaker against the Chiefs. Now, with that being said, with the tiebreaker, it doesn't matter if the Ravens and the Bills have the same record at the end of the season. We are going to have the first seed because we already beat them. That's number one. Number two is we all know about Patrick Mahomes. We can't sleep on him regardless of what weapons he have on that team or not. And Patrick Mahomes is going to get his weapons mid-season. And we all know from Buffalo Bills fans that Patrick Mahomes could turn that team around in a fucking instant. Once they catch fire, that's a hard team to beat. So that's number 2. And not only they are hard to beat, at least when he get his weapons back, you want them to have the worst record that they can possibly have during that time. So they be playing catch up. So that's number 2. Number 3, the Chiefs had a harder division. The Chiefs division and their schedule is way harder than the Baltimore Ravens, meaning they have a less chance of winning that division. And this is where this come into play. Playoff seeding. The fact that if the Ravens beat the Chiefs, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to win that division. Because guess what? The Chargers are supercharged right now. These guys look very hard to beat. They look very consistent on both sides of the football. Then not only that, they already beat the Raiders. They already beat the Broncos, and they already beat the Chiefs. Their first 3 games was all divisional games. So they already got a large step against everybody else that's already in that division. So now with the playoff seeding, meaning that the Chargers 9 times out of 10, they're going to have either the 2nd or 3rd seed. And that's going to leave the Chiefs to the 8th or 7th seed. Now, with that being said, that means if the Ravens win this game in the playoffs, the Chiefs going to either have to play the Baltimore Ravens or they're going to have to play the Chargers before they even come to Buffalo to see us. So to me, I think this game is major when it comes to playoff seeding between those 2 teams, and I am rooting for the Ravens for those 4 reasons. Which I got for me. HB.
I listen, man. I'm still living off that.
I'm about to say, you muted, brother.
Oh, I am?
No, he's good. He's
me?
good. I can hear him. I can hear you.
I'm still, listen.
I'm about to say, technical difficulties.
That 13 seconds still live rent free in my damn head.
I'm gonna have HB go first. I'm gonna have Tommy go first. I'm about to say you gotta fix. We can't hear you.
I hear HB.
I think you can't hear me.
It's like you muted. We can't hear you.
I can hear you,
ahead,
bud.
Tommy.
Who
Who do you have
Yeah.
in the game?
All right, I'll go, but I hear you, HB. I heard you loud and clear. Listen. Yeah, there. Yeah. Wait up. Hold up. What?
Check his water, America. Check his water, America. Patron. I knew it. The late night show with K.I. and Tommy.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
That's weird. Was he hearing me? He might even have been hearing me.
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh yeah, it was my headphone. My headphone died on me.
Okay. Okay. You good now?
I'm sorry. No, my headphones had died. But usually make a sound. It ain't say nothing. That's on me. That's on me. My bad, big dog. Let's go.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I pray on the Chiefs' downfall all the time. That I need them buried. Chiefs need to be gone. I want the Chiefs to lose this game. That's that. I don't got no beef with the Ravens. I don't know what it is with the Ravens Bills now that now we got this rivalry. It's not a rivalry. We spanking y'all all the time, okay? It's not a rivalry. So just leave it alone. Leave it alone. They come to town, they come to our bars, they try to fight us, and then we end up no. It's just too much. It's too much. Just leave it alone. Both good quarterbacks. Mahomes, he's had his time. It's time for somebody else to shine, man.
Godly. Who do I want? I would say that, Bills fans should want Baltimore to win. Because listen, if Baltimore loses, they're in a terrible division. They're still going to wind up bouncing back and wind up winning that division no matter what. Yeah, I know it's a rough start at 1-3 if they lose to the Chiefs, but I mean, that division is dog shit. The Bengals ain't going anywhere without Burrow. Pittsburgh is that 2-1. They should be shouldn't even have 2 wins. They're a bad team. And Cleveland's not going very far this year, right? So Baltimore, even if they lose, they're going to win that division. I would be shocked if I'm a Baltimore fan and they don't. I'm pissed, dude. At the end of the year, they're stacked with talent, right? There's no excuse in that division. What's going on with Burrow being out, with Cleveland still in this rebuild mode, Pittsburgh with an old, Aaron Rodgers, they're not looking good defensively. There's no way. So the Chiefs now, if the Chiefs lose and go to 1-3, oh boy, not good, because you got the Chargers sitting at 3-0, and more than likely they're going to win this weekend, go to 4-0. The Chiefs could drop to 1-3, and then Denver is 1-2. I expect them to bounce back from that. They just have off to a rough start. And Las Vegas, they're not the best, but they're going to give the teams fight. They're going to win some games. But Kansas City going to 1-3 would be unreal. What a terrible start. And talking about being behind in that division. And then they're just really chasing a wild card at that point. So I want Baltimore to win because of that. But I have a weird feeling Kansas City is going to win. It's at Kansas City. Baltimore's been playing just so inconsistent, and they got issues. Whatever's going on with them, I don't know how to explain it, man. But they can't close the show. Like they're fighting on the sideline. Like something's going on there where they're just, I don't know. They have so much talent, and they're still finding ways to lose football games. So I don't know, man. Kansas City, Andy Reid at home. It's just tough I know their record is 1-2, but man, it's tough not to say they won't win at home. They're still the Chiefs. They still got Chris Jones. They still got a great defensive coordinator. Obviously Andy Reid, one of the best, if not the best coach in the NFL. So I think Chiefs will win, but I want Baltimore to win.
All right, so we got 2 Baltimores, 1 Chiefs, right? HB, you going for Chiefs, right?
No, I want them to lose.
Okay. So we all Baltimore.
The Chiefs. I want them to lose.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, I 100% agree. But now, listen, man. So usually every week, during the show, we always go through NFL game predictions for week 4, right? So now I'm finna pull up the screen to where we are gonna go through each game. You're gonna say who do you have winning this game, right? So now, the Seahawks they already beat the Cardinals. But now, with that being said, let's get started. Vikings versus Steelers. I want to start off with you, Tommy. Who do you have out of these 2 winning this week?
God, it's in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's not playing the greatest either. I don't trust Aaron Rodgers. I don't trust that defense. Minnesota is streaky as well. That game's going to be close, man. I'm going to go Minnesota, but it could go either way. But I'll go Minnesota on this one. I think they got a better defense right now. Yeah, I'll go with them just because of the defense. But would it shock me if Pittsburgh won? No.
What you got, HB?
Now I got Minnesota the same way. Aaron Rodgers probably gonna be hungover off the ayahuasca, so it's gonna be Minnesota. Minnesota gonna be good. Yeah, I got Minnesota over the Steelers.
I definitely got Minnesota because I think the Steelers don't have no offense. I think their offense is terrible. So I'm definitely going with the Vikings. Commanders versus Falcons. I'm going with the Commanders after what the Falcons did to me last week on my parlay, the way they got blown out by the Panthers. Give me the Commanders.
That was ugly, by the way.
That was disgusting.
It's ruined them in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Killed me on my parlay. But go ahead, HB. Sorry.
No, you're good. Man, I might be the only one. I'm gonna go Falcons.
Oh,
I'm gonna go Atlanta. I just don't think they could be that bad, bro. I just really don't think they could be that bad. They're gonna have a bad game. I mean, you saw the Packers lose to the Browns, and I was gonna say this. You said they're rebuilding. The Browns are rebuilding. What if Shador was there?
I got to see him in a regular season game. I'm not a fan. I'll be honest with you. I know he looked good in preseason, but that doesn't, preseason's preseason. I got to see. I didn't like him in college, so we'll see.
Yeah, he's decent in college.
Right.
But that's
against weak op. I just didn't.
Yeah,
weak opposition.
And who do you got, Tommy?
Jeez, it's tough, man. Atlanta, if you saw Atlanta when they wiped out Minnesota, like I think the week before in Minnesota, you'd be like, damn, Atlanta is looking legit, and everyone was talking about Atlanta, and the defense was getting after it, and Penix. By the way, I like Penix too. I think Penix has he could throw that rock, man, but they're inconsistent. I mean, look, they had 0 points last week. I couldn't believe what I saw. Against the Panthers? I mean, are you kidding me? Like, dude, when I was watching that game, because I had a parlay too, I'm like, all right, any minute, right? Any minute. Okay, they're down 14. I'm sure they're going to score any minute now. Nope. They fucking look terrible. So I don't know. What Atlanta team do you get? They're at home, but what does that mean? They're 0-1 at home. So that doesn't mean much. And the Commanders are 0-1 on the road. So I don't know. Is Daniels playing this game? Is he returning in this game? Do you guys know?
Yep, he is returning.
If he is, it's not a good decision, but they're gonna RG3 it all over again. But
it says key injuries. Daniels. But you guys heard he's coming back. Okay.
He's questionable.
But they got a good backup, right? Mariota, I believe, is the backup over there. If I'm not mistaken, is Mariota? I'm pretty sure the Commanders backup. Yep. Yeah, and he's probably one of the best backups in the league. So God, I'm gonna go Commanders. I think they have a better overall team than the Falcons. But once again, I don't know what Falcons team do you get. You get the week 2 Falcons, where they're just so aggressive on defense, getting after Mariota and that Washington offense. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know any more about Atlanta. I got to see more of their.
And I agree. So now I think this right here is going to be the most entertaining game of the week. The Los Angeles Chargers versus the New York Giants. They got my boy Jackson Dart starting. Cam Scotabo is starting to get more snaps. This might surprise y'all. And the fact that nobody have tape on Jackson Dart yet, I have the Giants beating the Los Angeles Chargers in New York. Give me the Giants.
All right. I'm not smoking what you smoking, dog. I'm gonna keep going with the Chargers. I'm gonna keep going with the Chargers. I got the good stuff over here. If y'all need, it's it. Yeah, the Chargers gonna win that one. Next.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't see it happening. Maybe the Giants keep up a little bit in the beginning, but the Chargers overall have a better team, a better quarterback. Honestly, at this point, obviously a better coach than Dable. I don't see it happening. But like you said, though, maybe because it's a rookie quarterback, they haven't seen him yet. There's not a lot of film on him. Could they surprise the Chargers? Maybe, but I don't think so. I think LA right now is rolling. So yeah, I'll take LA.
All right, Titans versus Texans. Both teams are complete trash, but I'm going to take the Texans because of the defense. Give me the Texans.
I'm taking Titans.
Ooh, wow. Okay. Cam Ward's first one. Cam Ward, my dog. I'm a big Hurricanes fan, obviously. Love that guy. I think that guy's going to be really good quarterback as soon as they build around him. Yeah, he's smart, good dude, works hard, good work ethic, but just doesn't have enough pieces around him right now. It's early. But God, these are two bad teams. I mean, I didn't see Houston coming out 0-3 though. I didn't think they were going to be that bad. Like, they're not playing good at all. I don't know. I don't know what happened to Stroud. Like, Stroud has just. Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on there. But the Titans, I think the Titans are just a team that they need more draft capital. They need more top 10 picks. This is, they're just a bad team right now, right? I'm going to say Houston at home. I just think they're a little bit more polished, and they got a little bit more. They got more playmakers, at the stage. So I'll go Houston. I just don't see it with Tennessee right now. They just don't have enough talent.
See, okay, and Eagles versus Bucks. This is my game of the week. Everybody think the Ravens Chiefs, but me personally, I think the Eagles versus the Bucks is my game of the week. Baker's the top 5 quarterback. Mike Evans is hurt. Good running back. But now, with that being said, because of Mike Evans and Baker don't have his number 1 receiver, give me the Philadelphia Eagles to upset the Buccaneers in Tampa.
Somebody need to check your water, dog. You pissing me off. You
going for the Eagles? You going for the Eagles against the Bucks? With an injured Mike Evans?
The Bucks.
Oh, you tripping. You tripping, my boy.
And the Bucks, man. The Bucks taking it, dog. The Bucks taking it.
Wow, I'm surprised. No, I'm going Eagles here.
All right.
I'm going Eagles. Super Bowl.
Let's go to the real trash teams now. Let's go.
Yeah.
Panthers. Where we going there?
Man, they both trash. Give me the Patriots. Give me the Patriots.
I'm going Panthers on this one, even though the Patriots should win at home. the Panthers are a sneaky team. Look what they did last week. They've had games where they caught up. What was the game they had earlier in the season where they were behind and they wound up catching up? I forget what game that was, but they caught up late in that game as well. So I think it was the Tampa game, wasn't it? They caught up in one of those games where they made it interesting. So, yeah, listen, I think the Panthers are one of those sneaky teams that could catch you. And the Patriots are just turning the ball over way too much lately. Stevenson, I have what the hell happened to that dude, man? That guy cannot hold a football for the life of him. So I'm gonna go high scoring here. Actually, I'm gonna go 30-27 Panthers. I think this is gonna be like a shootout.
I think Mike Vrabel sends out death threats to teammates if they don't win this game against the Panthers. I don't see Mike Vrabel losing to this trash ass team. So I
get it.
I got.
Yeah.
So
Saints.
So we go. I was about to say, yeah, we're gonna skip over that. We already know the Bills gonna win. Browns versus Lions. After what the Lions did to the Ravens last week, I can't bet against them. Give me the Lions. I don't care how good the Cleveland Browns defensive line is. Give me the Lions.
I'm taking the Lions next.
Yeah, Lions. Yeah.
Right.
All right, Jaguars versus 49ers. Both trash. Brock Purdy is returning. It's gonna be in San Francisco. Give me the 49ers.
Duval sucks, bro. I'm giving the Niners, bro. I'm giving the Niners.
Yeah, 49ers.
Gets his revenge. Mac Jones gets his revenge. He goes and he kills the Jaguars. We're going there.
49ers are playing pretty good right now. But you know what? The Jags aren't terrible on offense either right now. They're 8th in offense. 49ers are 7th. But, you know, even defense, overall, they're 10th. 49ers, they're 4th. So I'll give, you know, obviously being at home, you got to go with the 49ers. Brock's returning. But the Jags, I think the Jags will give them a good game. But ultimately, I think the 49ers win by probably a touchdown.
Okay.
All right. So now this one is very interesting. We got Indiana Jones versus the Los Angeles Rams, right? So I'll look at this two ways. For one, either this is going to humble all the Colts fans and the Colts not really who they are because they haven't played nobody, if we're going to be honest. Or this game going to tell us if the Colts are a legit playoff contender. And with that being said, give me the Los Angeles Rams. I don't believe in the Colts or Indiana Jones. Give me the Rams.
All right. I'm going to go before my tablet dies because it's at 2%. I'm going to give y'all the speed round. If y'all feel me. Check this out.
Go ahead.
I got the Colts beating the Rams. I got them going 4-0. I got them. Okay. So I got Colts. That one's even tougher. Oh, Bears and Raiders.
Bears.
Damn. Yeah, you know what?
Give me the Bears.
Yeah, bro. Give me the Bears, man. Fuck. Give me the Bears, man. Give me the Bears. All right, Bears. Ravens, Chiefs, Ravens. Packers, Cowboys.
Packers.
Yeah,
No CD Lamb. No CD Lamb.
Packers. Yeah. All right, Packers.
No CD. Oh, jeez, that's rough.
Jets. Oh yeah, the real toilet bowl. The fucking. All right, bet. The Jets and the Dolphins. Damn, which?
No, that's trash.
I got the Dolphins. Bengals, Broncos. I got the Broncos.
All right, so for the Jets and Dolphins, I got give me the oh, they both ass. Give me the Dolphins, and then for the Bengals and Broncos, give me the Broncos. Bengals, they not winning another game, probably 1 or 2. All right, what you got for these few speed run time?
Godly. I'll take the Dolphins barely, but I can see the Jets winning. I'll go Broncos over the Bengals because the Bengals, they're just. After what I saw last week, that's rough. Cowboys and Packers with no CD Lamb. I would have actually went with the Cowboys here if CD Lamb was playing at home in Dallas, but no CD Lamb. It's going to be rough. I think the Packers defense will hold Cowboys big time, and Packers will do enough. The thing with the Packers, their offense is just so inconsistent. But their defense is really, really good. And if the Cowboys' biggest star on offense is missing, they're in trouble. Raiders, Bears, I think it's going to be a close game. I'm going to go Raiders at home on this one. And who else did you guys say? Jags, 49ers, we already talked about, and I think that's it.
Yep. Yeah. So now with that being said, hey man, listen, man, Tommy, I came up with a special segment just for you, right? And it is called Mini Games. How good do you know your Buffalo Bills, Tommy? How good do you think you know your team?
I'm pretty good.
Pretty good?
Hey, who knows? Who knows? Maybe I make some big mistakes here.
So listen, you see this right here? I have 10 questions. I have 10 questions that I came up with to see if you know your Buffalo Bills team. You ready for these?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, for the special segment. All right, question number 1. And they go easier, then they're gonna get harder as we go.
All right.
Number 1. What year was the Buffalo Bills established?
1960?
Correct. All right. Number 2. What year was Jim Kelly drafted?
Technically 1984, but then he came back and played in 87, 88, but 84, and he went to USFL initially. Said no to Buffalo.
All right.
So it really 84, but he came back later. But go ahead. Sorry.
All right, fine. Number 3. The Bill Stadium was renamed 4 times. Give me the 4 names of the Buffalo Bill Stadium, including
War Memorial, the Ralph, the Rich, New Era, and the shitty Highmark Stadium. And really, you could count Buffalo Bill Stadium as well as one of them, because one year we were just Buffalo Bill Stadium.
Okay. I bet.
That's
like
probably
that.
not there.
No, it wasn't there. It wasn't there. But okay. You are 3 for 3. We got 7 more to go. All right. Number 4. Who are the Bills' 3 leading receivers in history?
Andre Reed, Eric Moulds. Moulds should be second, and really, technically, Moulds is the best receiver ever in Buffalo. I know I'm going to get heat for that, but
we all know Johnson was the best receiver.
I get it, but Eric Moulds had the shittiest quarterbacks, went through so many coaches and coordinators, and still put up 10,000 yards. That's pretty impressive. So that's why, and just well-rounded. Size, speed, physicality. I mean, the guy was catching one-handed catches before OBJ. Like, that dude was legit as they come. So anyways, Reed, Moulds, and God, who was our third? Geez, that's tough. I'm gonna go Lee Evans. That one I don't know. I'm probably wrong. Am I?
Lee Evans is number 3. Lee Evans is number 3. All right, 4 for 4. All right, you on fire? You on fire, my boy? All right, number 5. Name of the Buffalo Bills mascot.
Buffalo Billy.
Okay. Now this
Billy the Buffalo or whatever. Yeah.
Buffalo. Billy the Buffalo. Now this is where it's gonna get a little harder.
All right.
What year did Bills Mafia start?
It started with the Stevie Johnson era. Okay. So that's tough. It's in the Stevie Johnson era, and it was actually right after the Pittsburgh game that he dropped the ball. Yep. So I should know this because I obviously know when it really came, and I'm gonna go. God, it's rough.
I give you 2 chances.
Yeah, this because I'm trying to think. I mean, my brain here when Stevie Johnson was around there. 2012.
Oh, you on fire. But nope, you got one more time.
2010.
The correct answer is 2011.
Fuck, right. Can you believe that, guys? Right in the middle. I should have known, but I was there. I was there. And it is what it is.
Yeah, so you 5 for 6. All right. Number 7. Which 2 teams used to be in the AFC East?
Boy, oh boy, that's dating back.
And I'll give you a hint. One of them left in 2002.
Yeah, God, it's so long ago, dude. I'm gonna go. Was it the Bengals? I don't remember. I don't remember.
All right,
Bengals.
so the two teams.
I don't think so though. I'm wrong on that one.
So the two teams that used to be in the AFC East were the Baltimore Colts, who are currently the Indianapolis Colts, and the Houston Oilers, who are now the Tennessee Titans.
All right.
So you 5 for 7. All right. So number 8. Name me 3 teams that beat the Buffalo Bills. I'm gonna do 2. Name me 2 teams that beat the Buffalo Bills less than 5 times in franchise history. And there's 5 teams altogether, but name me 2 of them that beat the Bills less than 5 times.
Less than 5 times in franchise history. Okay. That's rough. Let's go with God, because we were so bad for a while. A lot of teams that beat us, bro. I mean, a lot, dude. Because I'm trying to think of some teams that were just as bad, or some teams that were founded late in the NFL. And it could be one of those teams. Yeah, one of those teams could be an NFC team too. Oh God, I'm gonna go Houston. One of them. I don't know why. I know they beat us in the playoffs. They beat us one year, but maybe Houston.
So I can give you. You want a hint?
The Texans, not the Oilers. Go ahead.
So you get 1 hint. It's 2 teams. I'll give you 1 hint.
Yeah.
One of them beat us in the Super Bowl. One of these teams beat us in the Super Bowl.
Okay. So Washington.
Yep.
Is one of them. Okay. And I need one more.
One more.
And I should have known NFC too, right? Because we don't play the NFC as much. Is it NFC or AFC team?
All of them
NFC,
is in the
right?
NFC. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Bears. I don't recall the Bears beating us that much.
No, but there's one that's in that same division.
Packers? Is it really? Wow. So that's surprising. Maybe we didn't play. We didn't play them as much, or when we did, we beat them. Wow, that's surprising. Yep. Okay, wrong on that one.
All right, number 9. There is only one team that we have a tie record with. We play this team 12 times and have a 6-6 record against them. Who is it?
God. 12 times. Minnesota?
Nope.
I have no idea.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. So the last question is, can you name the last 5 starting quarterbacks for the Buffalo Bills, not including Josh Allen?
Oh, boy. Tyrod before him, right?
Yep.
And before him, probably was Fitz. Randy Orton. I almost said Kyle Orton was a starter at some point. EJ Manuel was a starter at some point. Lossman or Trent Edwards was a starting quarterback at one point. Let's see here. I'm trying to date back. EJ Manuel. Did I say EJ?
Yep.
I did say EJ. So Trent, Josh, EJ, Tyrod, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Uncle Orton, and who am I missing? It's
funny because it's gonna make you so bad when you figure out who it is too.
Oh, I do. I know who it is. You're right. Duh. Starting quarterback for the first fucking Peterman.
Yeah,
right. Nathan Peterman. Fucking terrible fucking quarterback. I shouldn't even be on the list, but you're right. He started the 2018 season. He was their starter. So you are right, man. So at least I got the final answer right. But yeah, bunch of terrible quarterbacks that ran through Buffalo. No, Fitz wasn't. I'm not going to shit on all of them. I thought Fitz was. I love Fitz, but he was a good quarterback, averaged a good quarterback. He had his moments. Tyrod, same thing, averaged a good. Love Tyrod, no problem. But man, a lot of them we're just total trash, man. We were just fishing and fishing for a quarterback for so long, bro. Thank God we got this guy because, man, it was rough. When did you start watching, Kenny? Because I don't know your age or anything like that. When did you start watching Bills football?
Yeah, so I'm 29, right? It's actually funny, right? When I tell people this story. So when I started watching football, I just watched it because my dad watched it, right? So I used to play batting. So my favorite teams growing up, until I started watching football, was actually the Panthers and the Seahawks because they jersey colors. You know how kids is. No, you go with the colors. So when I realized I was really a Bills fan, it was probably 2012 when I was in high school. So I'm like, okay, I like the Seahawks, but they'll never come on TV on the East Coast. I'm like, I never watched them. So why do I really like them? And then with the Panthers, I never watched them anyway. I only played with them on Madden because they colors. And then I figured I'm watching the Bills every Sunday. So I came to that realization 2012 when I became a legit Bills fan.
2012. Okay. So around the Bills Mafia era, basically, Stevie Johnson, all that stuff. Okay. I've been watching since 89. Watched the first playoff loss versus the Browns. But I wasn't dialed in. I was a kid. But then I really started watching in 90. And then I really started watching in 91 and was just kind of just learning football more and more and more and more. But man, talk about, and there's some fans in here have been watching since 70s and shit. So 60s even. So man, it's been a roller coaster. Like you jumped in the drought years. I was at least, I got to witness some, really awesome moments. It just was heartbreaking moments. You know what I mean? Like they were devastating, Kenny. Like getting to, and I was, obviously when I look back now, I'm a realist when it comes to the Super Bowls. We should have won. The Giants won. Like that was the game where we were the better team. We should have beat the Giants. We didn't come to play. Like and a lot of people were saying the Bills were taking it, just taking that game too lightly, partying that over the weekend, Super Bowl weekend. I think they were feeling themselves too much. And then you faced off against a Washington team who was just, bro, Kenny, that team was unbelievable. And nobody was beating Washington that year. And we were a great team. We were a really great team, but nobody was stopping Washington at that time, that year. They were special. And Dallas was just loaded. So,
if I'm being honest, at least from what I heard the Giants and the Commanders that we were supposed to beat both of them. I heard Dallas. We had no chance. But I heard against the Giants, we supposed to beat them. I heard against the Commanders. The Commanders were not supposed to beat
Redskins.
So that's what I heard.
No. They heard wrong. What? Giants? Yes, 100%. We had the better team. They had a backup quarterback in New York at the time. I think it was Hostetler. No, the Washington was, bro. I'm gonna tell you, man. Rippin, Monk, all those dudes. They were deadly. That was their offensive line was dogs. That was a mean team, well coached. No, nobody. I'm gonna tell you, man. When we go back and watch that or at least do some research on that Washington team, they were brutal. They were just mean. They call them the Hogs. You know what I mean? Like they were just. Dude, that was a brutal team, and they wiped the floor with us, bro. And they wiped the floor. I think they only lost one game that year or two, maybe. They were tough. Bills had no chance, and Dallas. I think Dallas. We tried, man. They were just stacked, bro. They were stacked, and we were stacked too. Just weren't we? We didn't have as much firepower as Dallas did. We should have beat the Giants. Outside of that, those games just we didn't have a chance. And then the drought years were terrible. Like I said, man, as a Bills fan, like I said, Kenny, it's been a roller coaster of a ride and emotions, from highs to lows to being pissed off to where we're at today, which is happy but wanting more. You know what I mean?
As a Bills fan, as a youngin who was born in the drought, all I know is pain from watching this team. That's all I know is pain, bro. There's no
Penny.
glory. There's no lights. I can't look up like, oh, this was an amazing moment because we never had any. Because every time we always have to, we on the bad end of the stick. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like me personally, I don't know anything about them glory, so I have to go to y'all to see about the experience. And like, I want you to comment. I want you to comment on this one. This comment from the pull because I've been hearing this all the time by Joey Hatch. We had a bunch of alcoholics on the team, and Marv Levy gonna keep them from doing what they wanted. To that was the problem. Is that true, bro? I've been hearing this all the time.
Yeah. So the Giants. So I don't know about like the rest of the years, but I know I've heard stories on that first Super Bowl against the Giants that they were having some fun. Bruce, and everybody knows Bruce at the time. You know, everybody remembers. There's a tape out there. Obviously, he fell out on a interview. He had a little bit too much to drink. But yeah, they were having good times, man. That was a fun team. They were a group of guys that played together for a while. And I think they just got they took the moment for granted, probably. And I think they just I think they thought they had it in the bag, right? And it happens, man. They didn't come to play, and then they were partying a little bit too hard in Super Bowl weekend. And you know, Bill Parcells had his guys in check, bro. They were the underdogs. You know, obviously, as you know, Belichick was the defensive coordinator there at the time for the Giants. He had a good game plan. And yeah, we got caught off guard and shame on us, but we still had the chance to win the game. After all that's being said, it still came down to a kick that should have been made. Unfortunately, it wasn't. And the Bills just you know, we couldn't get it done. It's weird too, because if you go back in those years, people, and like, I know you weren't watching that, but Kenny, man, it was funny because people hated us because they wanted to see someone different in the Super Bowl. And AFC teams, you know, it's kind of like Bills Mafia has this thing where they hate the Patriots and they hate Tom Brady and those. I don't look at it like that, basically, because I go back and look at it like when we were on top of the AFC. My whole thing was, okay, like, you can bitch and complain and whine and you can hate us all you want, but beat us. Like, get out there and get a different team in the AFC to go to Super Bowl. If not, it's not my problem. That's not my team's problem. Like, that's y'all problem, right? And nothing we can do. We're going to keep going until you stop us. And that's why I don't understand why Bills fans or, you know, no fucking Patriots, Tom Brady, like, bro, you're mad because they're great. They ran our division. I can't hate a team that did their job. And that's why I say, like, right now, like, the East is going to eventually start hating us, right? Like, fans in the East are going to eventually go, fucking Bills every fucking year, winning the East, right? But we go, fucking Chiefs, right? Always getting the Super Bowl. So it's like, until we change that narrative, yeah, cool, we're winning the East, but I don't care anymore. That's what I was trying to explain to HB. Like, I want to see February, right? Like, I don't, like, years ago, I will say this, like, I looked at football way differently, Kenny. Like, I would be like, because I didn't really, you know, I didn't get into the, you know, diving deep into film room. I didn't get into the whole, like, man, if you get into the playoffs, it's a big deal. Or like, I thought getting to Super Bowl was so easy. We got there 4 straight times. Like, how hard could it be? You know, like, my mindset wasn't totally, I didn't understand the game at a whole. So, my thing is this, man, it's like, as a fan right now, you know, you should want more. Like, at this point, at this stage, I can't just go every offseason now and go, hey, man, like, bro, at least we're good. We got to the playoffs. Like, that stage of me is over. You know what I mean? Like, that ship has sailed. You know what I mean? Like, I was like that when I was younger, or, you know, even when we got into the playoffs the first year, you know, not 2017, but 2019 with Josh, I was like, when I did that, you know, when we went into offseason, I was like, hey, you know what? We got there, dude, and that's showing promise. And then even 2020, we got to the AFC Championship. I was like, hey, we'll be back. We're a good team. I'm not even mad. Like, you know, we just weren't ready yet. We'll be back. And it's like, you start to do that repetitive cycle of, We'll be back. We're a good team. We're okay. We'll be back. And guess what? We're in year 9 with McDermott, and we keep saying the same things every offseason. We're a good team. We'll be back. We're a good team. It's like, dude, that is going to get old, and it's already old to me. It's old to a lot of other people. The time is now. You got to get there.
Something I'm sick of hearing. This is our year. Something else I'm hearing is always next year. Those two things,
always.
It's gonna make me crash the hell out if I hear that shit one more time.
Yeah, always,
it's gonna make me crash out, bro.
Yeah,
and we have a question for you. We have a comment for you. Joey Hatch, Tommy, I got a question for you. Has Russo hit his ceiling? We just gave him good money and he hasn't showed up all season. I know we are only 3 games in, but let me know what you think.
Groot, my dude, Groot from the U. Love Groot, man. Okay, so here, like, I judge players off, especially rookies, on like what they do to season, how many steps they've taken as a player, right? And you want to see progression, right? You obviously want to see a player and you can go, hey, that guy took a step forward. He took a leap forward. The problem I have with Groot right now, I feel like he's taken a step forward every season. He hasn't taken a leap forward. And has he hit a ceiling? I'm going to say no to that because he's still young. You got to remember when we drafted him from the U, he only played 1 year at that position, and he didn't even play college football the following year because of, COVID or whatever. So he really only has the 1 year under his belt in college. So it made him a total project player. And then he missed a year. So, when we got him, there was a lot of work kind of to do to kind of mold him into a better player. However, with that being said, yeah, we paid him. You want to start seeing bigger steps forward. You want to see a leap at some point from a guy that you just paid and has the tools to be a better player. Now, also on the flip side of that, Joey, is it scheme related, right? Is it McDermott's scheme? Right? That's kind of holding some of these players back. And the reason why I say that is you look at some of the players that leave Buffalo and thrive in different defensive situations. Look at Kyer Elam, who's played a little bit better this year with Dallas. You look at Poona Ford last year. You look at the other guy that we had, I forget his name, the guy we got from Washington that didn't work out here either. And he played good last year. So there's guys, look at the guy we had here forever and went to Houston and had himself a year, and everybody thought he was done. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Our edge that was good here for a long time. Ended up leaving and playing good for Houston. So I think it's a little bit of combination of scheme and maybe even personnel with the players just not kind of taking that bigger step forward, that leap forward. But I don't think he's reached his ceiling. I don't. I think Groot still is a player that can get better with the right coaching and maybe even the right scheme. I'll tell you what, it'll be really interesting to see if Groot eventually moves on from Buffalo and see what he does elsewhere. Because that's when you'll go, okay, he is kind of who we thought he was, or damn, maybe it was the scheme all along. You get what I'm saying? So that's where I'm going with on Groot. So I think no, he hasn't hit his ceiling yet.
All right, so I have 3 questions for you before we end the show. The first question is, as a lifelong Bills fan, describe being a Bills fan in one word.
Roller coaster ride. Roller coaster. I would say roller coaster. It's a roller coaster ride every time. Buy your ticket and it's up and down, man. You never it's highs and lows and fast pace and slow pace and just heartbreak. Just your heart's. I don't know what it is. Even the current team, even winning team, like it's a roller coaster of emotion. This team, I would just say it's a roller coaster ride, man. Roller coaster.
Okay.
Oh, Jerry Hughes. Sorry, Jerry Hughes. That was the guy. I kept saying when he left here. Remember Jerry Hughes? Oh, he's over. He's washed. He went over to Houston and played really good. So once again, is it scheme? I don't know. Go ahead.
All right, so question number 2. If we win the AFC Championship in Buffalo this year, do you see us storming the? Do you see the fans storming and destroying the stadium, storming the field and destroying the stadium?
Oh God, they shouldn't do that because the NFL will get a lot of those people, and it will be. I don't think that it's not college football. It'll be a kind of a bad look. I'll be honest with you. Now, will some possibly? I wouldn't. I mean, I get the excitement. Now, Super Bowl. Obviously, if it ever happened in Buffalo, which is not never going to, but
yeah, too cold.
That'd be awesome. Like that's a who care moment, right? Who gives a shit moment, right? You finally got one done, right? Like who cares if you ever go back again, right? Like that's the ultimate goal. But AFC Championship at home. I mean, I don't think so. It's not. Listen, we've been to Super Bowls before. This team has, at least the team, not the current team, but and we never stormed the field. You know what I mean? So will some people maybe, but I don't see it as like a college, type of storming the field, and I wouldn't suggest doing it.
Okay, and this is my last question.
Oh, not to mention you could hurt a player. Just a heads up. A lot of those people could roll into somebody's side of the knee, or you never know what can happen. So no, I wouldn't suggest it. But go ahead. Okay,
and my last question, right? Do you currently live in Buffalo?
No, I live in Detroit.
Okay, so if the Bills win a Super Bowl, are you coming to Buffalo for the parade?
Absolutely, I am. So I definitely would. There's no question about it. And let me tell you a few other things too. With my chat, I have a bet that's a lifetime bet. I initially made it just a 1-year bet, but I changed it to a lifetime bet. So everyone that knows me and my chat and all that stuff. So if McDermott wins the Super Bowl, and wins the Super Bowl with the Buffalo Bills, I will get a I Heart McDermott tattoo on me. Okay, because that's how much I just don't see it happening with McDermott. And that will be my way of eating crow, right? So I will get an I Heart McDermott tattoo. And so that's one. And so for sure I'll be there, and I'm going to try to make it out to the new stadium as well at some point. I really want to be out there and get to see, because that stadium's going to be badass, dude. I may not go out the first year because tickets are going to be super pricey and hard to get, but probably the following year they'll be a little bit more available, maybe find them a little bit discounted. So I probably go out the second year, but the Bills get it done, and no matter when. I'm going, man, and I hope to God they do it before I pass away. I should get it over with. Like, man, that's all I want. I don't even care. I don't even care if they go back again, Kenny. I really don't care. It's got to get it won.
The greatest birthday gift, because I turned 30 a week before the Super Bowl. That'll be the greatest gift I think I ever received in my damn life. If they win a Super Bowl this year, they have to do it this year, bro. There's no excuses. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I'll say this. It would be really a storybook ending to that stadium and the memories and all that stuff, just in general. If we won a Super Bowl, like closing out an AFC championship, like that would just be like people, and then you know what you're going to get, right? The NFL scripted, right? If that were to happen, and just shut the noise up, just a heads up, don't ignore that. The NFL is not scripted. I can't stand people that say that. It's the most stupidest, naive thing ever. You cannot script 53-man, all those teams to make everything go accurate perfectly. It's impossible. Now, can things be altered? Yes. Can an NFL ref be gambling and call some bullshit ass flag? Sure. But once again, they also know there's cameras everywhere, right? And this ain't old school where there's no cameras, no instant replays. No, there's even that would be rough for a referee to get away with it. Not saying it can't, but that's the only kind of thing I will throw in there that could, and that's not scripted. That's a guy that's doing something illegal. I mean, it happened in the NBA. It happened in baseball in 1960s with the Black Sox, where they, got paid from the mafia. Once again, totally different. That's one team just taking a payout and losing. You can't script this. So I hate when people are like, oh, bro, they got videos. Oh, this guy, you see, he didn't do the tackle. Like, stop, bro. Have you ever played pro sports? Dude, I play I play sports, not pro in the NFL, but I played high school basketball. I could tell you stories that no, there was no way that happened. And I'm like, yeah, it fucking happened. Right? Like, yeah, that shit actually happened, and it wasn't scripted. It's sports, and sometimes wacky shit happens. So, yeah, like I just don't get why people go down that alley. So, yeah, I'm just heads up. If we happen to do it this year, you're going to hear that. You're definitely going to hear that noise.
Oh yeah,
and just block it because it's nonsense. The NFL cannot control who's catching the ball, who's making plays. I had a guy tell me the Ravens game that we played was scripted. And I told him, are you serious? So you really think that Allen throwing that ball, so they purposely had the player tip the ball, and Keon Coleman, like, this was all in the game plan to make it look great. Then he caught the ball, diving cat, all that. Get that. They all play. This isn't WWE. Stop. Right? So it's just crazy. It's crazy talk. And I hate it. And I hate when people bring it up and talk to me about that. It's not scripted. It's not. Now, the only thing I'll say that's bullshit on if you're talking sports and things I don't like, I would say NBA lottery might be rigged. I think that's a bunch of bullshit how they do that. And if it's not rigged, they need to change it because I think it's bullshit. You got teams like the Pistons, who I'm a big fan of, get hosed. If you're the worst team, I don't give a fuck if you tank or not. You deserve at least a top 3 pick regardless. So they need to either change it up or they need to stop doing that, because you got to remember this, the NBA is not like the NFL. The NFL, and I tell people all the time, the NFL, you could be a bad team for years. And once you get the right GM that knows how to draft and all that, you have a chance. There's always a chance, right? Because it's just different. There's a salary cap, all that stuff, drafting. There's not just one round where you have to get a player and the first 5 picks in order for you to be a good team. This is way different. NBA, if you're a small market team or a team that's been shitty, ain't no free agent going to you. And then you got to have to go through the draft. And if you're getting hosed with a pick, you're never going anywhere. So I hate, you're fried. And then baseball, if your owner's cheap because they have no salary cap, you're fucked. You're not going anywhere. You have to pay for your team to win in baseball. The NFL is the only sport that I feel like groups, a team sport, that every team has an opportunity to do good. Every team. It's just about how you draft, what coach you get, all that stuff. But there's always an opportunity to get better in the NFL. So I don't want to hear it. But basketball, I just think they need to change shit up. Baseball, until they get a salary cap, it's going to be whoever spends the most. And then obviously boxing's a one-on-one. Boxing's the only sport where you can go, that guy can't get it done when he's going against the best, right? That's it. Oh, yeah. Other than that, it's the ultimate team sport, and I think any team can eventually get better, right? So,
all right. Now I'm gonna pull up one more comment for me in this show, brother.
Yeah,
and this is from Joey Hatch. Tommy,
do I see the goalpost get?
Yep.
You saw where you thought when? Is he saying do I see it happening or did I saw it?
Are you talking about now? I think you talking about when we did it to Miami.
Years ago. Yeah, I mean, but it was a little different back then. Like, you got to remember, security's different. You know what I mean? They let a little bit more slide back in the day with NFL. When's the last time you saw an NFL, game where the fans, stormed the field? It hasn't happened in a while. College is different. I don't know if you saw over the weekend, FSU. Was it FSU? I think it was FSU. And
yep.
Holy shit, dude. That was wild. I mean, but in a way, it's kind of dangerous. I'm not trying to be like a, get off my lawn guy, but man, you're all those people storming the field, man. And you got all those players that, man, you got a long season still. Players can get hurt. You don't know who's out doing what, who's having what, like what, good or bad intentions. You just never know what's going to happen. People get trampled, right? Like that's a lot of people, dude. I went to the NFL draft. Let me tell you something. The worst mistake I thought the atmosphere was cool, Kenny. I went to the Detroit draft a few years back. And I'm like, oh, dude, like I gotta go. It's free, right? But let me tell you something, bro. It ain't for the if you're not young and in somewhat decent shape, it's brutal, dude. So once the draft starts to begin, everybody starts to pile up towards the podium, like where they're drafting, right? As close as you can get. Dude, there was like thousands of people, and you are literally being crushed. And you can't move. You cannot fucking move. So we went up, and bro, we got up there early. So we were kind of like the closest you can get, right? Where they allow you. And dude, I looked at my buddy, and I'm not joking, bro. Like I could not move, bro. And I'm like, and at that time it was like 6 o'clock. And I go, bro, this shit's not ending until like almost midnight, bro. Ain't no way I'm sitting here for fucking 6 hours, dude. Like, and you can't sit, nothing. You can't move. And I told him, bro, I better get the hell out of here. He's like, I'm staying. I go, hey, you can stay, dude. I gotta get out of here before it's too late, because I was thinking, dude, what if I have to go to the bathroom? What if I start, I can't stand no more. That's a long time to be standing. You can't fucking move. So, dude, I got the hell. I wiggled my way out of that fucking thing, and I went to the casino, which is nearby, and I fucking watched the draft on TV and air conditioning and ate food, and I had a great time. You know what I mean? So I'm just letting you guys know the draft is wherever. Just be really careful.
And I appreciate that, because me, HB, Mafia Talk, and Hefe, we all going to the draft this year, this upcoming draft in Pittsburgh. So I appreciate the heads up, my guy. Dude,
you better be ready. I'm gonna tell you right now, because you ain't moving. Like and I'm gonna tell you too, there's fights that happen. There's a girl that got knocked out. My buddy had it on camera. A guy punched, knocked her out. And dude, like, then you got to remember, then firefighters and ambulance guys have to maneuver their way.
Oh, yeah.
It's brutal, bro. Like, but if you have that energy and you don't mind literally just being stuffed in for 6, because you're going to be there a while, 6 hours standing, then go for it. But I will say this: if you have the money, they usually have like on the side where you can purchase like these like tables and seats, but it's pricey. But if you have the money, you can pretty much, you're sitting right up front and you're on tables. You're sitting on chairs and tables. So yeah, that's the option. But there was no seats, dude. All standing, and it's brutal.
Hey man. One and foremost, I appreciate you giving us your time and for you to come on the show, because me personally, it meant a lot to me, because I've been watching you for a while now. So to actually have you on like our platform meant everything to me, bro. So thank you for that.
I appreciate you guys, man. You're a growing channel, man. I think you're doing good stuff over here. Keep it up. Be consistent, and fans are gonna like who their fans are gonna enjoy your content for you, man. So best thing I could tell you is just keep on, be consistent, and be you. Don't change it. Don't change who you are, and keep going with it, man. You'll get where you want to be.
And I appreciate it. But hey, before we leave out here, man, let the people know where they can find you at, brother.
Yeah, YouTube Mafia Sports Report, and if you want to check me on X, it's Tommy Talks Bills. You can easily find me there. So we go live Monday and Fridays. Monday at 10 o'clock. Fridays at 9 o'clock. We also got on Tuesdays is Mafia Talk. Y'all know them very well. Jay and Big Cuz, they go live at 8 o'clock. Sometimes they go live on Wednesdays, but Mainly it's Tuesdays at 8. You don't want to miss them. Show them some love as well. We got a Saturday show as AFC East show. We do that at noon. And then we do pregame, we do halftime, we do postgame, everything live. So we're always throwing out some type of content for you guys on the channel. And then obviously, if you have any questions, Tommy Talks Bills on X.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. But not only that, but also share this video if you are watching it on Facebook. But now, with that being said, hey, Tommy, once again, I appreciate you. Man, I hope everybody that's watching, man, y'all please stay safe, stay blessed, and please stay out of trouble because there's too much to life going on right now, man. It's too much going on. So stay out the way, take care of yourself and your family. But with that being said, man, go Bills. I love y'all, and we're going to see y'all next week, brother.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
We here, big dog. Man, we here, big dog.